Hey Stampers, Gaynor again. I've got bits on it. We're going to make the little ribbon box that Georgie sent to me. It's called a Ribbon on the Go box, and these are fabulous. I'm going to be using these ones because they're already full. There's 5 there, and there was 6 in the box. I had to make a few adjustments because the sizes Georgie sent me out, bless her, were a little bit too small. And I could only get 5 in, but now I've adjusted it to get the 6. So there's my 6. I'm going to put that back in there. I'm going to show you how to make one of those. But basically they're all the same, and you're going to make all 6. And there's your little lid to keep with you on the go. And you can take that in your little craft bag, and you haven't got to really just take all that ribbon with you. So I'm going to pop them to one side. And I'm going to try and fill it with ribbon as well. So, ooh, right, you are going to need, I'm using thick Whisper White. You're going to need 6.5 by 4.5, 3.5 by 4 5/8. I think that's right. Let me just check. Yes, 4 5/8. And you're going to need 6 of these, which are 2.25 by 3.5. Your designer series paper then is you need 2 at 2 7/8 by 3 3/8. You need 2 at 1 3/8 by 3.5. These are for the front and back. This is 3/8 by 3 3/8, and you're going to need 2 of those. I've got actually the totally different paper because I've run out of the other. You're going to need 1 of these at 3/8 and 3.5. And you're going to need 2 of these at 1 3/8 by 3.5. And then you're going to need 2 at 3/8 by 1 3/8. Aren't they tiny? But these go up the side of the box. That's what these little pieces are for here. So I'm going to pop the designer series paper to one side. And we're going to fetch in our scoreboard. And we're going to score all our cardstock. But what a clever little idea to have that ribbon box on the go. So, long side in first, and we're going to score this at 3 and 3.5. Then we're going to turn to the short side, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, and 4 inches. And that's that one. This little piece is 3.5 by 4 5/8. So on the short side, we're going to score at 1.5 and 2. Turn to the long side, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch. Flip it over, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch again. This is for the lid. Now you need 6 of these, like I'm saying. I'm just going to show you one. You're going to go in at the short side, and you're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2. You're going to spin it to the long side then, and you're going to score this at 1/2 and 1. And that's your scoring all done. Let me pop this out the way. So with your snips, you've got, you're going to take away the first 2 lots of, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. We're going to take those 4 away. Then you're going to take, you've got a 1/2 inch, a 1/4 inch and a 1/2 inch, and you're going to just take those away as well. So your box is like that. Now we're going to burnish. Just going to fold and crease and burnish and burnish, and even this tiny little one here we're going to burnish. So they're the pieces you don't want. I've got this wonderful little strip, really tacky double-sided tape. They sell this in Hobbycraft, or Stix online it's called, S-T-I-X. It's like they sell all sorts. The big massive roll of double-sided foam I used the other night, they sell that, they're fabulous. So you're going to take off this little strip. You're going to fold your card over, making sure it lines at the bottom, and just fold that over. And I use my bone folder to make sure it gets really well and truly glued down. This is your little ribbon box, and you're going to fold and fold. This little fella tucks in there, and you're going to have to put a hole in there. I have only got, believe it or not, my 1/8 of an inch punch. My 1/2 inch one, no chance. So what I did is I punched a hole, punched right next to it, and then punched down. So it's like little, it looks like Mickey Mouse, but enough for my ribbon to come through. And your bottom, you don't need anything in the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull one of these beautiful ribbons out of Georgie's. She must have a crocodile or something, because and there's a knack apparently to winding your ribbon. I'm going to use my tool to push. See what I mean? You got to wrap it around your hand, leaving this part out. So you're going to literally, I'm going to do it upside down actually. One, and just wrap it around your hand. And it holds about 1 yard, I think Georgie said, of ribbon. But what a marvellous idea. If you're going off to a crafting venue and you know you're only going to be needing a little bit of ribbon and you're not sure what colour, but you've got a little box like this. In fact, you could make loads of these actually, and just keep 1 yard of ribbon in every single one. So you're going to now, I'm going to pop this and tuck it all together. This is the end. This is going up through here into this little ribbon holder of mine. I'm going to thread that first. But what a marvellous little invention. And then when you pull, it will just pull from the centre always. And you're going to pop this in and feed that into your little tube. That's the end, so I'm going to tuck that in there. And then I can close my little box. And you're just going to push it in. And then, once we've made our box, isn't that cute? Georgie obviously got smaller hands than me, because my fingers were massive then. So now we're going to get our, going to burnish our other bits. And then we're going to cut the little slits up the side into notches and glue them together. And these are both exactly the same. If you want to use tear and tape fast fuse, you could. I prefer the liquid glue with little boxes like this because it's really strong and it takes a few seconds to dry as well. But if you wanted to now, where's my designer series paper? We could add this at this stage. So I'm going to get my liquid glue. And we're going to decorate these while they're apart. Whoops, and look at that, thankfully the glue gives you wiggle space. Obviously with the sides you're only going to glue paper on one strip either side because you're going to be gluing each panel to itself. So while they're drying, I'm going to snip up a notch, snip up a notch, both sides. And then we are going to, I'm going to put my strip on. Once I know I've got my strip on, I know I won't glue something over the top. I will be gluing that one over the top of the other piece. Isn't that sweet? I'm just using up scraps of DSP from an old project, non-Stampin' Up, but like my quote always says, if you've got it, use it. That's why we have, before we ever discovered Stampin' Up, we had crafting stuff. And there's one here for the bottom. It's not that one. It's that one. I know it's a different colour paper, and it matches my lid, but I couldn't find any more of that beautiful little flower pattern one, so don't have to decorate the bottom. Georgie did all round, bless her, and it's a beautiful little thing it is. So I'm going to now glue my little tabs. I'm going to pop that out the way, and this is coming. I'm going to get that right on that corner, nice and neat. I'm going to use my bone folder to push it up. Keep that into place. She says, I'm just going to pinch with my fingers till that glue takes hold. Doesn't take long at all. And then I'm going to glue this little flap here. Quite a lot of you have asked about this little ribbon dispense, like holder box. So here goes, for those all curious of how Georgie made this. So while that's that, I'm going to glue the other side, because I'm pressing down, so I'm putting some pressure on the bottom still to keep that little piece in place. Doesn't take long at all. This isn't. It's quite good glue actually. I mean, we had this from the Works, it's called, and it was only £2. But for little projects like this, absolutely amazing. And my husband being loud as well. Bless him. So there's our base, and these little boxes. This is the one I just threaded, but you know, you probably have to have smaller hands than me. Just fit all the way along this beautiful edge. One, two, three, 4, 5, and the one Georgie made. 6. They fit in there really comfortably. Isn't that cute? I know I just poked that out. Just going to push some more of that ribbon in there using my tweezers. Oops, let's come back up and go that down. You know, you've got a bit of a gap as well for these ribbons to lay in there anyway, so there's the 6 boxes. Now we're going to get on and we're going to do the next piece. So I'm going to glue this. We're going to glue our bits on, and then we are going to cut the sides and make our little box, which is the lid. Oh, I found another one. Oh, see, I did have enough for that other one. Oh, well, never mind. I thought I hadn't got enough. I'm a silly sausage. what a perfect little, you know, if you want to give somebody a little gift, keep in their craft bag, you know, when they're out on the move, as we say. This would be perfect. The only reason this is cut at 4, instead of 4.5, 4 5/8, because I want that little bit of space to, because the lid should be about a 1/16 bigger, but I've just gone obviously like a little bit of a 1/4 inch bigger, because I like a loose fit. I don't like it pin tight. Like, because the little one I made over there, the white one that only fits 5. Oh, my lid, even though I did 1/16 bigger, my lid just would not. It was way too big. Way too big. So now we've done all that, we've burnished our score lines. We're going to snip up a mitre. Snipping off these little bits. For all those of you who asked how this was done, I messaged my gorgeous friend and she emailed me the measurements today. Bless. She said she wished that she'd wrote them down when she was making them, so she just guessed, bless her. So, popping this one out the way, I'm just going to get my glue on my flap. Let this over and hold it into place. I thought my little mitered edge there was coming off, so this is going to go flap over. I can turn and do exactly the same on this side. You should bone fold at this stage because I got fat fingers. Because we've still got a bit of wiggle space, and we can make sure that it's perfectly level. That's it. Come on. And over we go with this beautiful little ribbon lid. Squish it down. That's sweet. It's glue, I can see. I thought it was something stuck to my fingers. So there is our little bottom part, and here is our beautiful little lid. And you just push those flaps down inside so they don't get caught on anything. And she says, there we have it. Our lovely little ribbon on the go dispenser. How amazing is that? Isn't it cute? Well, thank you for that, Georgie. You're a superstar, and everyone who asked is going to be so grateful that you gave me those measurements, my darling, and I was able to make one. This is the one I did earlier as well, and this is the one Georgie sent me. Aren't they just the cutest little thing you've ever seen? Add embellishments. Look at these. I've got some beautiful flowers. I'm not going to add these because they're for my next project, but you could add some embellishments on there. Wouldn't that be sweet? And some sequins even. Absolutely amazing. The next thing I'm making with you is a shadow box. And I've done this one for my granddaughter Lola, as you can tell. Look at the sequins. They're sticking. There must be a bit of tingy bit of glue left over, but this is what we're going to be making next. And it's got a little flap on the back. And if you don't want it to stand on a desk, you, instead of having your ribbon there, add your ribbon up the top and hang it, and then you could hang that off a nail. But all this, apart from this, was gifted to me. The butterflies were gifted to me. This beautiful stuff is fabulous. So I've just sat and put double-sided tape all along the back so I could glue it onto my front. I don't normally do lacy and glittery things, but this has turned out absolutely beautiful. And my granddaughter will love it. She loved the handbag, the backpack, which was made by Sam Clayton, who is Mixed Up Mixed Up Crafts, I think. But there you go. We'll be making that one next. I'll be back in about 10 minutes after I've finished uploading this one, and we'll get started on that one. Thanks for watching. See you in a bit. Bye.